Gary Brummel picks a spot up the middle, and Brummel, tough running, spins off a defender.
Oh my God.
Breaks through.
Oh my
He's
God.
down to the 30, 20. He's going to score. Preston Brummel with a 50-yard touchdown run, and the Bulldogs an extra point away from tying it up.
I mean, that just never stopped moving, that pile. I mean, I'm shocked. It's only the first game of the year, and I'm shocked.
Preston Brummel with a incredible 50-yard touchdown run.
Wow.
Can't wait to watch the replay of that one after this extra point attempt.
So they tell you you live on a blue marble ball, and they are cats. A cathedral, Catholics, and you go to a catacomb, they are tiger cats. That's why Egypt is all cats. So they're cats, and you live on a blue marble ball, a fake blue marble ball, and they're just playing with you. They are just messing with your head because they know the date. They know what they're about to do when they push the button. And the rapture is when the nukes fall upon your head. Okay? So what they're doing is they are just playing with the people. They know there's a certain amount of people that are woke that see things. And the reason I put my kid's clip at the beginning over there is because, well, obviously, that was a great run. But because now that football season has commenced, they have major distraction to the max. And what do they distract you with? They distract you with this fake nonsense. These two gentlemen are engaged, Mr. Swift and Mr. Kelce. They are engaged. When are they engaged? On August 26th, 118 with a 222 in your two-face, right? A 118. This 222 is so important to these people, and we're about to find out why.
If all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, I think it's an appropriate time. I would say cancel it and all bets are off, and let hell break out.
Okay, so what do they say? February 15th, midday. If all hell will break loose, February 15th, midday. 5-2-1. Let's remember 5-2-1. A little game that they play. Anything happened February 15th, midday? Not a single damn thing. What happened? Exactly. I said they're saying February 15th. On February 15th, when he said that, earlier, prior to February 15th, he said that. I said, dude, they're pointing you right to this day, February 26th, with a goat and a dog ritual. And that's exactly what happened. So let's remember that date, February 15th, and it pointed you right to the Julian of that day, which was the 28th, the 26th right here, right? And I said goat and dog, and every headline was goat and dog. 528.
And I have predicted that there will be earthquake June 6th.
June 6th? Any
6th.
specific location or?
LA and Vegas.
On June 6th?
On June 6th of 2024. All right, that's where I'm going to leave it with.
June 6th of 2024. February 15th, midday. June 6th, 2024. Earthquake in Vegas and LA. Anything happened June 6th? Not a thing. What are they pointing you to her? Right to this day. Let's remember this day. IR means 8 and IR means 2. 829. Okay? And then what else are they pointing you to? The Q PSYOP in the last video? The Q PSYOP pointing you right to this day, right here, October 26th of 2024. If we go to October 26th of 2024, what date is that? That right there is 724, right? 7, Tishri means 7. All hell breaks loose on 724, right? You'll never forget where you're standing. And we know Halloween, 6s or 9s. So they're pointing you right to this day, Tishri 29, Halloween, right? And then, what do they say in that last video you saw? Christmas. If we go to Christmas, when is Christmas? 10/21, right, is Christmas Eve. 10/21. But over here, right, it's the 24th. So if you go here, look at the 24th. That's right there. on the 21st. But what did he say? The 24th is Christmas. So Christmas is on the 21 date. What else happened on the 21 date? Putin shot off the ICBM, right? Putin shot off the ICBM on the 21st. What else happened on the 21st? Oh, magically, the only date I had in April, the Pope died. The damn Pope died in April. Right here, the Pope dies. What is that day? The first month, right, Nissan, the first month, 21st day. The Pope dies in the morning, right? The Pope dies in the morning. And the only date I had in March, I didn't pick Pi Day and damn Fletched Hard fundraising 322 Skull and Bones. I said the only day I had in April was March 28th. And exactly on March 28th, a 7.7 earthquake. Exactly on 328. Remember this. June 6th, February 15th, February 28th. When were the plane crashes? The plane crashes occurred exactly on January 29th, 10:29. The American Eagle burned and crashed. When did Jeju Air crash? Jeju Air crashed exactly on the 29th, December 29th, 10:29. December means 10. So we had a plane crash in Korea, 10:29 exactly, with 170 people dead. And then on January 29th, Tevet means 10 because it was a leap year, 10:29 again, another plane crash. When would the Chinese AI come out? On January 27th, a global market reaction, a complete crash because of this new Chinese AI called DeepSeek. And what was the logo of DeepSeek? A flippin' whale, a damn whale. On 127, 721, 127, a whale crashed the market. And on 129, an American Eagle burned. And Miss America, a pageant queen, takes her own life, suicided from the 29th floor on January 29th. And when do they report this? On October 26th. An update on October 26th. Another update on May 3rd. And on September 27th. Come on, dude. You're not retarded. Well, maybe you're retarded. But if you're watching this video, by the end of it, you're like, oh, we have to wait. Nothing's going to happen. Or you're going to say whatever whatever swear word that you use or whatever you say when you see something so shocking and revealing. What I say is holy fuck. Holy fuck. Wait until you see what you're about to see. April 5th. So on the Torah calendar was month 1 and 2/6. 126 was the New York quake, and then 129 was the fake eclipse on April 8th of 2024. Another 26 and 29 connection. Now you see all the 29 and 26 connections. The fake eclipse, the Putin ICBM, the October 26th, Halloween, Christmas, all of it. When does Blondie commence? Friday, December 29th. Saturday, December 30th, and the big kaboomy on Sunday, December 31st, New Year's Eve. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And what does that say at the bottom? 31. 130 is not a number, right? 10:30. 10:30, October 30th. Obviously, nothing happens October 30th, but look. Now, if every market crash occurs on a 29 date, every single one on a 26 or 29 date, what happened during the Sabbath year happened to the people on the last day of the year, on the last day of the year. The 29, the last day of the year. Elul 29, obviously they're not going to pull it on Elul. Who is Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift? As Bill said in the comments, they figured out correctly, Ishtar and Tammuz on 826 get engaged and fall in love. 826. They fall in love, and they made sure it's a story for all the little monkeys, the little freaking goy boys, the little goyim, and all they talk about is the Swift and the Kelce getting engaged. And what happens? The month of Tammuz was specially joined to the realm. It marked the capture of the goddess's lover, his death, his descent, and dwelling into the land of the dead. It was the month when the two gods were separated from each other. For the goddess, it was the month of unfulfilled longings, unanswered passions, and desires denied. It was the month of the goddess's sorrows, her longings and desires, her frustrations, her tears and anguish. Right there, Gay Pride Month. Right? And when does Gay Pride Month? Towards the end of June. June 27th, June 29th. It happens towards the end of June. Right there. Jonathan Cahn, the Cahn man, the Satanist, coded it for you. Right there. Came to its full moon on the weekend that began on June 27th, and then on June 29th is when Gay Pride began. Right there, 27-29. So now, back to Blondie. Blondie begins on a Friday, December 29th. How much more proof do you need than the fact that I Pet Goat, when you play it backwards, says August? August. If they're hiding August and nothing happened August, nothing, the big boom didn't happen in August, what are they doing? They're going to hide every single thing. Nothing is going to happen on the Feast of Retards, the Feast of Degenerates, the Feast of the Autistic, the Feast of Morons, the Feast of the Rats. Nothing's going to happen on that day, right? On those 3 days that Bo Poloni and the rest of these clowns are pointing you towards. If they're going to hide everything, they're going to hide every single thing. So August, nothing happened, right? But they're giving you August. Why is that important? Because look, what is the month August? August is 6. In Jew calendars, we all know are 6 months apart. 6 plus 6 is 12. If you go to August 29th, right here, August damn 29th, what is that day? That day right there is a Friday. 6 plus 6 is 12. 12/29 on a Friday. 12/30 on a Saturday. 12/31 on a Sunday. Where does that look familiar? That is exactly Blondie. 12/29 on a Friday, 12/30 on a Saturday, 12/31 on a Sunday. Okay, so now, what are they doing? They're telling you it's August. What is August? It's month 8. Okay, month 8. But we know on the lunar calendar, what were they doing? They were using this as month 5. If you go to August 29th, you see that date as July 6th. What does July mean? July means 5. August 29th is July 6th. August 29th in the double 7th day. The 7/7 day in China. In the land of China. So at nighttime, it'll already be August 30th. August 30th. So bottom line, August 29th is July 6th, and it'll be August 30th because China is 14 hours ahead of Babylon. What are the damn odds? What are the damn odds? You just saw it's right there, 7/7, wins at 7/7 on Saturday. Right there. This cannot be more precise than August 29th. And if we go to I Pet Goat, what do they show you? 7 to 8 as the timestamp. 7 to 8. And what is the very beginning of I Pet Goat? A goat and a dog. Right there. A goat and a dog. That happens on Lupercalia, February 15th, midday. The Julian of that day is exactly February 26th because you're using the 13. And what is that day? Use your brain. Go back and look. February 15th was on the 13th. That's how they hide it. You go right here to the dog and goat ritual. That's why I said weeks in advance. I said watch February 26th. It's going to be all about goats and dogs. And Gene Hackman, the goat headlines, and his dog was sacrificed on that day. Who on earth knew weeks in advance that February 26th will be all goat and dog headlines? Not only did I call out the day, this calendar called out the exact headline. Just like in January of 2025, I said, watch January 29th, something about an eagle burning and Mayday, and an American eagle crash, and the pilots called out Mayday. Are you kidding me? Right there. So this is it right here. And what date is that? That's Shavat, right? Shavat. But on the other calendar, it's already 12, so that's 12/2/6, 12/2/8. And when does market collapse war coverage happen? Exactly on 5/6. Market collapse war coverage. They're hiding every single thing. 5/6. What are the damn odds that August 29th, August is month 6, Elul means 6, okay? Elul means 6, right there. But because we're in a leap year, Elul, if you go to August 29th, you clearly just saw it's month 6. That's 629. Elul 29 is August 29th hidden, and it's 5/6. Market collapse, war coverage, and it matches Blondie right there. So what are they doing? If you go to this Jonathan Cahn video right here, the one that has 923 as the timestamp, he announces, obviously the first words of Moses.
That was just released. And before I do, 1 week, we have 1 week. In 1 week, the Avatar is going to be released. And it's so explosive, we don't even know what's going to happen when it comes out. The Avatar is going to pull away the veil behind everything that is happening. It's going to be released on September 2nd, and it's going to be everywhere, on Walmart, in Barnes & Noble, everywhere. But if you go on Amazon now or anywhere online where you get books, you can pre-order it, and you're going to be the first to get it before it even comes out. And for the people in your life, this is the cover, the Avatar. It reads The Return of the Ancients and the Future of America. Now, the other announcement, I invite you to join me on 2 super tours, the Book of Revelation.
So, September 2nd, the Avatar releases. The Avatar releases September 2nd. So let's get to it. The Terminator Judgment Day is on 8/2/9 at 2:14 p.m. Skynet goes live. What's 2:14? It's Lupercalia, 8/2/9. Here is the big reveal. When all these things that you just saw, I'm not going to repeat them, but with the Trump, with Miss America, with the Kobe Bryant death on January 26th, with all of it, they are hiding every single thing. IPEC goat market collapse. Everything is August 29th. What happened on August 26th? 6s are 9s. Ishtar and Travis Kelce got engaged, and they made it such a big deal right there on August 26th, okay? And then what happened August 27th? The church shooting, the Catholic Church. And what do they show you? In the movie Weapons, 217, right there. And at least 2 dead and 17 injured. 217 on August 27th. Right there in your face. And how many kids were in the school? 72. 720. 72. In the movie, Leave the World Behind, Emergency Alert, Blackout Event, 9/17. Right there, 9/17. What is month 9? Month 9 is Tishri, so that's 7/11. Do you understand? 9/17 is 7/11. Use your brain. 7/11. And when is World Emoji Day? On 7/17, July 17th. World Emoji Day. If you go to July 17th, what is that day? Right, what is that day? Tammuz means 10. That's 7/11, and that's 7/17. What happened on 7/11? The New York hit New York new public service announcement exactly on 7/11, and then a few days later, the following Sunday, on 7/17, 2022, Iran has a nuke headline comes out. Who remembers that? Nobody. But what is that day? That's Tammuz 10/21, 121 on July 17th. How much more proof do you need? And what was the Drudge headline on August 28th? This was on August 26th, but Drudge put it as their headline on August 28th. March on Paris, World War III are up. So March on Paris. Look at that timestamp, 10/28. And what is that timestamp right there? 6/14, 10/14. Here is the big ass reveal. On July 29th, an 8.8 earthquake, and they made sure every degenerate monkey ass knew about this. Just like they want to know, make sure every monkey knows about knows about the Feast of Retards. And when was July 29th? July 29th, an 8.8 earthquake. Let's go ahead and go to the date, Tishri 29. What is that day? That's the 21st. What is the Julian of October 21st? It's 88, right there on July 29th. And when was Obama in the classroom? On December 12th. What is that day? That's the 29th, right? 10, December means 10. Traditionally, December is 10. 10/29, right there. And in the Jewish calendar, it was Kislev. It was 9/29 and 3/29, right there. Obama in the classroom. That's why I did this fake earthquake on July 29th. An 8.8 earthquake. Once again, you go to 7/29, 7/2-9, right here. Tishri 29. The Julian is 8.8, an 8.8 earthquake. Give me a break. How do people not see this? Because they are a bunch of morons. Nothing is going to happen on Yom Kippur. Nothing is even going to happen on Shimshat Torah, because you can see it. If you can see it on the calendar, they're not going to use it. They're going to use the reflection of this day, the last day of Hashanah Rabbah, and these 3 days of darkness, which starts on the 21st. October 13th is October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, and the big kaboomy happens when September ends. Shezvan means 8 and 2. February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. When did the flood start in the Bible? It started on 2/17, right there. When is 2/17? October 21st is 7/21, 217, backwards mirror reflection. And on August 21st, they sent the same hurricane that was there on 9/11 exactly on 8/21. And they had the New England Patriots game in New York, getting everyone riled up. And Julia Roberts, his birthday, exactly on 10/28, 1/28. When did Leave the World Behind come out? Exactly on 12/8. When was the bridge collapse, the Baltimore bridge collapse? Exactly at 1/28, 1:28 a.m. Obviously, they're not going to do anything on the 28th, especially not in October. When was the Matt Perry ritual, the Matthew Perry? Exactly on 10/28. Everything. So Julia Roberts' birthday, 1/28. The Leave the World Behind comes out on 12/8, 1/28. Matthew Perry dies, who's in that movie on the iPad, Friends, on 10/28, 1/28. The bridge collapse, 1/28. The earthquake, the hurricane on 8/21. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Obviously, we know nothing's going to happen in September, but pay attention. Do you remember the 21st night of September? Now, December found the love we shared in September. So December and September are the same damn month. When is December and September in 2025? Only left. When is December and September the same damn month? Summer has come and passed. The innocent can never last. Wake me up when September ends. Ring out the bells again like we did when the pandemic began. When spring began. Wake me up when September ends. September means 7. The 7th month, originally the 7th month. Sept. What does Tishri mean? Tishri is the 1st month and the 7th month. Wake me up when Tishri ends. When does Tishri end? Tishri ends exactly right here on October 21st, Tishri 29 and Tishri 30. That's why they gave you the 222. When is abortion? Exactly on 122, January 22nd. When was Israel attacked? In October of 2023, it was October 7th. And what was that day? It was Tishri 21. Right there. October 7th, 121. What is the date? What is the date exactly on this date right here? Tishri 121. They twist times and seasons. This is why the losers, the scumbags, the cockroach raptor retards are looking at the feast of morons, the feast of dipshits, the feast of degenerates. And what happens when nothing is going to happen on the feast of dipshits? They're going to go to Yom Kippur. After Yom Kippur, what are they going to do? In 2025, Shimshet, Torah is not hidden, right? It's not hidden. So these are the 3 days of darkness right here. The year ends exactly on October 16th. So what are they going to do? They're going to start it on October 21st. When is October 21st? It's 10-8. That's why they gave you all the 10-8s. 0 is not a number. This is Matthew Perry. This is Julia Roberts. This is all of it. 1-8. But what is the big reveal? When is Blondie? On Friday afternoon, 12-9. On 12-9. And when is 12-9? On 6-5. See 6-5? And we know 6s are 9s. November 5th will be the most important day in history. When was the first Trump assassination? On 6-5. July 13th was 6-5. So what are they doing? What are they doing? When was the second Trump assassination? On September 15th of 2024. If you go to September 15th of 2024, that's 7/11. When is 7/11? When the hell is 7/11? Exactly on July 17th. You understand, 7/11. This takes a little bit of brain power. You can't be a donut-eating raptor retard cockroach. You have to use your brain. And when? And this is why I Pet Goat gave you August. Because if you go to the month of October and you go on the 21st, what is that day? August 29th, the day of the snake, right there. August 22nd is right here. October 22nd is right here on September 1st, right there. Wake me up when September ends on October 21st, 10/21. Summer has come and passed on 7/21, September 21st at 3:20 p.m., more likely 3:28 p.m. Right there. They started on the night or after midday on Taco Tuesday, October 21st. If you don't want to wait that long, that's your problem. Go look at other dates until then. Nothing's going to happen. That's the date they gave you, 10/8, exactly August 29th, then August 30th. And then why did Jonathan Cahn say September 2nd multiple times? Because winter begins in the land of China on September 2nd, October 23rd. The gates of hell open. What day is October 23rd? The exact day September ends, 7/30/13 right there, 5:30. Tattooed on Taylor Swift right here, the number 13. 13 is when they bring the heat right in your face. This is the same month on both calendars, so it's not rocket science. Right here. Why do they give you the 222? Because on the 21st, when all the market crashes occur, this is when the market is going to collapse. This is why on August 4th of 2024, they did some Japanese bond thing. If you go to August 4th of 2024, the date was 5/28. July means 5. Don't be a retard. The market is going to start crashing at midday on October 21st with the day of Christmas Day and Christmas Eve and Halloween and the rest of it. That's why they did August 26th, 6s or 9s. That's why I did the Catholic Church on August 27th, right? August 27th. And that's why August 28th was the red wine and the wine day and bow tie day that Kumar found that you saw in the comments. Right there, all connects. Oct means 8. This is 828, 829, and 830. You die.
I am the way, the truth, and the life.
So go where you need to go. Do what you need to do. I will be right beside you. I'll